Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yehovah Yehoshua. This is Sounds from YYBY. Today is the Shabbat, which is Saturday. All praises. So, people. What I'm about to talk about today is something very special that people been sleeping on for a long time. Some don't, a lot of them don't even know about these plugins, man. And because so many people be hip to what people talk about the most. And these plugins that I'm about to talk, I'm going to talk about one specific first. I'm talking about one individual. And before I talk about this plugin, I actually been knowing about these plugins for probably over 13 years. Probably 13 years. Something like that. 12 or 13 years. And I seen them grow. I seen them build, change their style. I used them, then stopped, then used and stopped. And the reason why, because I was trying out different DAWs. And when I start, using the DAWs where it was more compatible with 4K, a lot of the third-party plugins I was using at that time, they wasn't functioning right. They was too small. So I kind of moved out the way from them and everything. But, if I had my choice, I would use those. Okay, if it came to third-party plugins, these the ones I would use. And I tried so many, and I have so many. And the plugin I'm about to talk about is the TrackPlug. It's called by WaveArts. Yes, WaveArts, not Wave, not Waves, WaveArt. And let me tell you, this thing called a TrackPlug, and it's a lot of what they call them. We call them TrackPlug plugins, or we call them, the all-in-one plugins, or we call them channel strips. And this to me is the best channel strip out, far as the design, the concept, and what it offers. I seen a few others that's pretty good, but when it comes to using different ones, I love this one the best, and I'm gonna explain why. I'm going to explain why, people. So, as you can see, this has a graph, or RTA graph. You can go up to 10 bands, right? You have two compressors, one gate. You even have a volume and a limiter on it, right? And also one of these compressors you can use as a deesser. As you can see, you can set it as a deesser right here, which is great. The gate you can use as an expander. Yes. What? No, you good. I'm not recording. You can use as an expander. What really separate this one from most of the channel strips that I run into all the time, even the newest ones out today, is that, well, one, we know that in all the channel strips that's out, you can create what you create. You can save it as a preset at the top. Boom. Right here, save it as a preset, you straight. You got everything you tweak, you change, blah, blah, blah. You move, go up and down, left to right, and you can save it as a preset. What's great about this one is that from the EQ to the gate, the comp, the second comp, they all have their own presets. So I can click this on this. I can go right here and select this preset for male vocals. Then go to the gate. I can set the gate. I go to the compressor and put that in the deesser. I go right here and put a gentle attack. And on top of that, right, I could save each one of these that I change as my own preset. So I can save a preset for the EQ, a preset for the gate, a preset for the comp 1, a preset for the comp 2, right here, separately. And then say that overall as a preset itself. Do you know how much control power that is? And then not on top of that, right? You still got the 10 bands like I mentioned. If you go to the EQ, let me go back to default, right? It has the low and the high where I can completely just roll off you know, that high completely, like a straight flat line, like you just roll it off completely. It won't be a curve, it's just straight line. You want to really take something off completely of the bass or the highs. You can take it off. And then on the graph, let's try this on the graph right quick. Let's try this bass line right here. We're gonna go to this plugin, TrackPlug. Let's turn this on right quick. Let's go to this bass line right quick. I'm gonna loop this. Let me do that right. Loop that. Matter of fact, I don't want to put it on there. I'm gonna put it on the let's go to this track plug right here. I got this track plug right here. Again, if I wanted to use third-party plugins, this is what I use, because you know I'm always big on talking about not using, you know, how much I got away from third-party plugins, blah 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 blah. That's a fact. Even though, you know, it's always one or two that you're going to use, because every DAW don't provide all the third-party all the plugins that you need. The only DAW I can think of that provides all the plugins you need is Cubase / the window. But again, to each his own. Get whatever works for you. So let's play this bass line right quick. Let's turn this track plug off and just play the bass line by itself. All right, so right now I'm playing it by itself. Babe, what you smiling at? Huh? Are you taking a selfie? Oh man, my wife is taking selfies around here. All right, so let's play this back. This is without the track plug. Hey. And I'm gonna turn this on what I got. So right now I got a gate on here, a little bit of gate. And what I really love about this track plug is that it's all in one. You don't see, if you had, okay, you would have to have an EQ, a gate, a compressor, a deesser, and 2 compressors. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll have 4 plugins on one track. If you got to use a limiter, you'll have 5. When you could just have one, boom, and do everything in one. I'm a simplicity guy. Everybody different, but I'm more of a simplicity guy. So, and we all know that when it comes to mixing and mastering, a lot of the times these are the main plugins that you're using, no matter what plugins you have. I don't care what company, what brand you're using. You're always using an EQ, compressor, a deesser, anything dealing with panning and leveling, so on and so forth, to make music sound great. When it comes to effects, that just make the music sound different. But you know, it's about making it sound good and clean and clear and stuff like that. So, but now I won't go in detail about the plugins, the whole, all the plugins that come with it. I will have a separate video for each one. But as you can see, what comes with this is that you have the track plug, you have the multi-band right here, the multi-band 6. Oh, this is great. I'm gonna talk about this way. Still, you can add more bands to it and take away bands. The multi-band. You have the final, which is the limiter. You have the limiter. This is dope too, man, how it works. You have the dialogue. This is a powerhouse. This is really good for regular vocals, mixing and mixing, or podcasts. You know, podcast is real huge right now. So you got the brick wall filter, the hum, the noise, the deesser, compressor right here, 10-band EQ, and you still got a limiter and a gain. And each one of, again, on each one of these, you still can, let me make sure, hold on. On certain selections, you still can save your own preset. You can save your own preset on certain ones. A lot of the track plugs or the channel strips, you can't save your own presets on each one of the bands or one of the, you know, the tools that you can use on here. You can only save an overall preset. That might not be a big a deal to some people, but when you really play with it, you'll realize like, wow, this really comes in handy, because now you're mixing different ideas that you already created before. Okay, so now what comes with it also is the Panorama right here. You know the Panorama. This thing is tough. It's tough, man. I'm gonna have a video about this. Give me a second. This is a nice plugin when you want to do all type of panning that you really can't do when it comes to certain DAWs. You know, for example, like you got the top, you got the 3D. You can really move your sample around and make it really sit in that location where you want it to be at, behind the head, on top of the head, next to the ear, everything. Any spatial surround where you want it to be, you can do that in here. Easy. It comes with a reverb, you know, so on and so forth. But I'm gonna talk about that later. It comes with one of the dope reverbs right here. Come with all the distortion plugins. You got the distortion plugins from the click, the gate, the hum, and the noise. Then you have a one that's put together where you got all those all together at one time. Noise, click and crackle, hum and buzz. These are designed to clean up everything, because these plugins are, when they made these are basically for mixing and mastering, making your music sound good. And you know, sometimes we have a whole bunch of plugins that's separate, you know, like how you got the click, the gate, hum, noise, or you got the one where it got everything on it at one time. So they're giving you both options. They're giving you both options. So hold on, not in pitch, not in that. We ain't dealing with the pitches. That's my effects. What else? So I'm missing one. Yeah, so that's it. So let's go back to this track plug. So let's play it back one more time. Let's turn the power off. Turn it on. And this was a small setting that I did. So you got this compressor, you can bring this down. Oh, it sounds so good how I control that bass line, like bring it up. Put it right there at the tip. Just want to control those frequencies just a little bit. And the dope thing about this, like when you click on the gate, you got the option to use these. The same thing, when you click on the compressor, it changes it again. You can use the same options. You click on the second compressor, it changes it again. So these knobs work. And when it comes to the limiter, you control things more. So when you play it back, if you don't want those frequencies to go over, you don't got to bring a limiter in. It's already on the track plug. If you turn it, okay, if this is at 0 and you turn the limiter on, that means it won't let anything go over 0 dB. But you got the gain to turn that gain down. So for example, I got it at 4.0. It would not let this bass line go over 4.0. So you could turn it up higher or you could turn it down lower. So let's play it back. And it won't go over that. I'm telling you, these plugins sound so great. Wait till I go through all the other plugins in other videos that they're coming. So let's play this beat back right quick that I got, so y'all can hear what I got going on. This is a skeleton right now. I don't have no plugins on here. Matter of fact, let's put a track plug on this plugin right quick on the drums, and we're just gonna try one of the presets. Just try one of the overall presets. Let's go to what it's got: drums 4, drum squisher, drum squasher, drums tighter. Let's just try the preset. Let's see what it do just by itself. What's built in it. So let's turn this off. Let's play the drums. Turn it on. Turn it off. Let's turn it back on. So let's get this little loop right here so we can really hear what's going on. Let's play it back. I'm gonna turn the plug-in off. We're gonna loop this and I'm gonna turn it back on. Turn it on. Play with this a little bit. See, when you bring this down on the gate, that means that the gate worked less. It allowed more emphasis on the sound to come out. But when you raise it, it cuts more from it. As you can see right here. It make it sound more tight. Now remember, this is called drums tighter. It makes the drum sound tighter. So you can see this don't have no limiter on it. The limiter is not on. So let's control that. Let's kill that. Not going over 0. No matter if I turn this up right here, gotta kill it. But let's bring it down some. Let's go. So this track plug can go anywhere. I have it on the master, and I normally just use the limiter on the master. Everything else is off. On my tracks, I use it in many ways. And when I'm recording vocals in, because before I was using the fat channel that comes with Studio One, but honestly, like, I love all the, like the EQs and the compressors they make, kind of like that they try to make sound like the old school stuff. But me personally, when it comes to the compressors and the EQs, I like the parametric EQs more. I like to see and listen at the same time. I'm a visual person. I like to see and hear it at the same time. I don't just want to hear. I can understand it and I can get the concept more when I see what it's doing. So, a lot of the times when you're using the EQs, the EQs is kind of like designed to sound like, the analog stuff. They don't have those graphs and everything. I like the graphs more. So that's why I like the parametric EQs more. So I have this on the input right here so I can control it more. As you see, it's coming in. And you got it's an all-in-one. You have more, instead of you dropping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just to do what you want to do, you already have one, to get the job done. Because we all know that end of the day when it comes to mixing, it's about workflow and getting things done faster, but at the same time you want it to sound great. So when you got, that's why I like the channel strips more. And when you got a channel strip, you don't need nothing else. Honestly, you don't need no other plugins. You don't need 10 compressors. Like I always say, you don't need 10 compressors, 10 EQs. You just need one thing that's powerful that can do what you do. But again, if you're a guy or a woman who want to use all those things, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just everybody different. And this is my workflow. I'm just showing y'all that. So yes, this is the TrackPlug by WaveArts. Y'all check this out because a lot of people is really sleeping on these plugins. They've been out for years, and it's amazing how people skip right past these and go straight to these other plugins they hype about. But the sound of these plugins, I'm gonna show you in other videos. They are great. So if you have any questions about it, if you want to show any more detail about this TrackPlug, just leave a message at the bottom. This is YYBY. Peace.